We've talked to so many people around here. They're still worried
It's a
about
freaking
this.
earthquake!
Walking back and forth about it and telling us,
we're in the
hey,
middle of an
this is
earthquake,
a lot-
Tony.
This is a lot for them to really handle. Again,
my
this
God.
is impacting 1,000. Oh, are you guys okay?
Oh my gosh.
Are you guys okay?
We are. Oh my gosh.
Just.
We're hanging on. We are rocking.
Yeah. Are you guys under
Holy
the desk?
cow.
Okay?
We've got a big time earthquake here right now.
This is big.
Yeah. It's scary. Our studio here.
I just want to make sure you guys are safe. Are you guys under the table?
We're on the bottom floor of a 26-story building in downtown Salt Lake City. Looking around right now to see how things are outside.
Yeah, we got people outside kind of running around. What is going on? I have no idea how big of a quake this was, but it was really rocking and
Jade,
rolling
are you
here.
hearing anything?
I'm not hearing
Holy
anything
cow.
yet, but it was intense in the feed room.
The lights have been shaking. Our brick pillars have been shaking. You okay, Lindsay?
Yeah, let me try to find some information on this.
Lindsay.
Holy cow.
My husband's actually calling me right now.
Yeah, I've never experienced anything like that before, especially here. I've been in the Bay Area before, but this one...
We know that this building was put on rollers specifically for that reason, so it did shake us really good. I know we were looking at Reno at the time, and we're probably expecting a couple little rumbles after.
Yeah,
and we probably just gave Reno a heart attack.
Oh my gosh.
That poor
Yeah,
that
we gave
poor
us
reporter.
a heart attack too.
Okay.
Let's see.
We don't know exactly what we're going to be doing here, but Jade,
know,
come up on set. I mean, we have the social distancing
social
going on right
distancing.
now.
Yeah, but safety
I'll
first
hang.
here.
I'll hang back here.
Okay.
I wanted to see if anything's going on out here.
I don't
see
see
any
much
other.
going on outside.
we have people just kind of standing around.
Everyone
There's
is
a guy
just wondering what's
waving
going
at
on.
us.
I'm
Yeah,
going to
we've
get on
got some
Twitter really quick and see.
Tracks that looks like the station is not lit up, so they might have suffered some kind of damage. Yeah, we've got Trax crews out there right on Main Street at the Gallivan Plaza stop, and they're waving and flagging things down, and the station is not lit up, so I don't know if they might have lost some lights, but looks like traffic is okay. Traffic lights are working.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a power outage, but let's
yet.
describe what was going on here in the studio. We had this live shot from Reno, and it just felt like we were gliding back and forth.
Yeah,
It was
We
bizarre.
heard kind of, it sounded like a pop or an explosion right at first.
A little boom.
From the feed room, it almost sounded like a train was moving through. That's
a
what
big
it sounded
rumble.
like all of a sudden.
And that's
just
pretty,
a big rumble.
that's pretty common.
See, and I live down in Draper, and we had those Bluffdale earthquakes earlier last year, and it felt like a truck hit the house. It was that kind of a boom. This didn't feel like that. This didn't feel like that here. This was more of a roll. This was more of a roll. Hey, I understand we have. You have nothing?
No, nothing on USGS as of
No,
yet.
nothing yet. That's
we
what
should
I was
get a
looking
reading
at as
here
well.
pretty soon.
But I am seeing some activity on Twitter. People are starting to.
Yeah. Well, we
tweet and
also
say-
we have Morgan Saxton live at City Hall. Morgan, did you feel it there?
Can you hear us, Morgan?
Absolutely, yeah. So, guys, we definitely felt it here. We were sitting in our truck. I just want to walk you around to show you what just happened moments ago. I mean, I'm physically shaking. This was unbelievable. We were sitting right inside of our truck here. I was sitting in the passenger seat, and my photographer, Paul, who's holding the camera right now, was sitting in the driver's seat, and the car was moving back and forth. We looked back because we thought it was some sort of joke that maybe someone was shaking the car behind us. There hasn't been too much activity out here this morning, so we really sure what was going on. All of a sudden, I looked up, and these lights were flashing, and I'm not joking. The City Hall right here downtown in Salt Lake City was bending towards us. So we jumped out of the car thinking that the building was going to come toppling onto the car. My photographer grabbed his camera to start filming, and all of a sudden you could see and hear the cars started to move. The car lights as well as the sirens are starting to go off in some of the parking lots behind us. You see a couple of the police officers. There's still some movement going on out here. There's one guy who then passed us by. He was walking on his way into work. He didn't want to talk to us on camera, but he did say that he thought maybe he hadn't eaten breakfast, and he was concerned that something was going on with him mentally. But he was like, I'm just going to head into work right now and pretend like it didn't happen. So It seems like life is back to normal right now. There's a couple of people riding their bikes. It looks like traffic is flowing fine, but it was such a wild situation to happen. I mean, we just didn't know what to do. So we obviously just out of instinct grabbed our camera and did what we could to get out of harm's way. And that's really all I can say from our point of view right here. But I can certainly tell you that I'm still shaking as it just happened moments ago. But the ground was literally moving below our feet, shaking our car in the buildings above us.
Yeah, it's just so unnerving. The good sign is we've seen lights on around. It doesn't look like the utilities have been interrupted. Obviously, there's probably some damage because it felt like that was pretty good.
I have a friend
quake.
who just texted from Sandy and said they felt it all the way up at Wasatch Boulevard up in Sandy.
Yeah,
so
I have
we
it
felt
down
it
in
downtown.
Utah
And I just got off the phone with
there
my
as well.
husband. We're up in Davis County in Syracuse. He said the
Felt
whole
it there.
house was shaking. The whole house was shaking.
Okay, Lindsay.
I still have
let-
nothing from USGS. I'm trying to
Yeah.
check University of Utah's seismology, but their website appears to be down, probably because so many people are on it.
And I did just receive a tweet from UTA, a front runner alert. They said, due to the earthquake, all trains are halting until further notice while we check for damage.
They have to
Yeah.
check the rails.
They have to check
right.
the rails, so front runner halted right now as we're taking a live look
Yeah, we have
outside
live
downtown.
camera outside. In fact, I think I'm going to go outside.
Are we on KUTV now as well as KJazz?
We
Okay,
should be.
Okay.
awesome. Yeah, we
So
are
we'll-
on Channel 2 as well right now. Live, local. It is 16 minutes after 7 o'clock, and this earthquake hit just about 10 minutes ago. We'll have the exact time once Lindsay finds it on the website. But
Working on it.
Ron's heading outside real quick because we've got possible damage on the tracks lines. They're just shutting everything down as a precaution right now to check for
They want to
any
assess
possible
everything.
damage.
And again, Twitter,
Okay,
of course, starting to blow up with things this morning. People saying where they felt it, how it affected their homes, lamps falling over. And Ron, you're outside now. Do you have a microphone, Ron?
I don't have a,
Yeah,
my
Arch has
microphone is
one.
working here, and we've got people just walking around kind of dazed a little bit. Other than that, it looks like everything looks normal. We've got cars driving down the street. We've got people walking up and down the sidewalks. As Jay just mentioned, we've had an interruption with UTA service. I'm going to go over here and see if I can get a microphone.
Holy cow. We just got word from USGS that it was a 5.7 and the center was in Magna. USGS
there it
reporting
is.
a 5.7 with the epicenter in Magna, so it was felt all over the Salt Lake Valley from Sandy up to Roy in
Yeah,
Syracuse.
exactly. It was. Yeah,
My
husband's
phone's lighting
saying,
up. Holy
the
cow.
house was just shaking.
Okay, we
there.
wanna-
Ron, what are you seeing downtown?
Well, we want to talk with some folks over here. Did you guys feel that? What were you doing when this all went down?
I just got out of the shower, and he just yelled my name, Tiffany, and it was, I mean, you could literally see our pictures and our dressers swaying back and forth, and
Everything falling off the shelves. I mean, we're in the 21st floor of American Towers.
Oh, you're in the American Towers
Yeah.
then, so you really felt that rocking.
yeah, we
Yes.
felt it, and I mean, our
Everything's
bed
falling off
was
the
moving.
floors.
He
Our
threw me.
place is a mess.
He threw me on the bed, and then he's like, "Get dressed," and I've never.
So we just wanted to get out away from these tall buildings in
And we
case
ran
there's
all the way
another one.
down the stairs.
Yeah, and usually there are aftershocks too, so we have to prepare for that. So you're just going to get away from the tall buildings. What else can you do?
I don't
Pray
know.
for the
I
best.
thought we'd go stand in the
Just-
middle of Galvin Center, but
Yeah, just
I
know,
don't want
hope
to go back
that
up
the
there. That was
aftershock.
really scary.
You never know what aftershocks are. I've never been in an earthquake, ever.
So what about other people in American Towers? Are they able to?
A bunch of people running down the stairs. It was like a panic.
Yeah, some guy was with his 2 dogs, and oh, yeah, but, 21 floors up, and you know
it
it's
shook
25.
hard. Everything fell off the walls, off the shelves.
Well, we're glad that you guys are okay and you're visibly upset. Of course, we all are. That is so scary to live through something like this. So anything else that you've noticed?
No, just
No, we just
Panic.
wanted to do the right thing. I'm guessing stay away from tall
oh,
buildings.
yeah.
So.
How did it
Yeah.
feel in the?
Oh, we were rocking back and forth. It was like we were on rollers or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Yeah, but being in the American Towers that high up was pretty scary.
Okay, and the last we heard, it was about, what did you guys say it was? A
5.7.
5.7
Yeah.
in Magna. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Because
Okay.
I was just going to try to find that on my phone.
All right. Well, thank you very much, and
Mary
we're glad
okay?
you're okay.
Is Mary okay?
Mary's okay. She's standing right in there,
I'm okay, thank you.
and that's the thing, you know.
Oh my gosh, what a
If we're
scare.
okay,
Holy cow.
I mean, we're living through all kinds of things right now, coronavirus, and then this, guys.
Okay, now Lindsay, were you?
Lindsay, are you at the wall with
You're
the
at the
information?
wall.
Yeah, I'm here at the weather well. I've got some information. This coming into us from USGS. Again, it was a 5.7. This is where the center was, southeast end of the Great Salt Lake. They're calling it Magna probably because that's the closest city to it. It had a depth of 6 miles. That's why it was felt up and down the Wasatch Front. We now have reports of people feeling it all the way from Cache Valley down to Utah County, possibly even beyond that. Of course, we're going to have to get out and see what kind of damage was done by that. But it lasted for quite some time, or maybe it just felt like a long time because this building was swaying. I took cover underneath the weather desk. Just incredible. Now, I was also in those earthquakes down across the south end of the Salt Lake Valley. Those were very different. Those were more of a shaking. It felt like this was more of a rolling wave. It felt like just a very surreal experience. So yes, a 5.7 earthquake centered just north of Magna. It looks like north of I-80, very close to the airport, had a depth of 6 miles. And so because of that, it was felt up and down the Wasatch Front. Guys.
More people coming off.
Oh.
Morgan Saxton is, can you hear us?
Yeah.
Morgan Saxton is out at the library. Some alarms
Right.
are going off. They're evacuating people. Let's head out to her and see what's going on there.
Right here in downtown Salt Lake City. Morgan, what's going on?
Okay. Yeah. Anybody?
Are you coming to me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we're
Can you hear
with
us,
you right
Morgan?
now, Morgan.
You guys can hear us? Okay, great.
Yes.
So we're standing outside the library. We moved across the
what's your
street
name?
from City Hall over to the city library. And you can see that the lights are still on, so there's still power to the building, but it's really loud because the fire alarms are going off. And everybody has been evacuated. There's nobody in sight that we can see that's inside of the building. These alarms are really loud. It looks like, for the most part, if we turn the camera right here, you can see people are walking across the street, basically acting as though none of this happened. I mean, it's just kind of a very fluid situation. We ran over here and just popped out of our car, so we weren't able to grab them to talk to them to see what they felt or what they saw. So far, no damage that we've been able to tell. There's some big trees out there, and there's a couple of people crossing the street just right now, so we can maybe grab them to see if they saw anything. Let's walk over here. And from our point of view, traffic is flowing fine this morning. This is along 4th
You gotta
South
be careful with that.
and 200 East. Wait for me just real fast, if you don't mind, pausing here for just a moment as we wait for these guys to cross the street. You can see the buses are flowing fine. Trax, however, is paused right here. Jade, I know, mentioned that a moment ago.
Yeah.
And it looks like, hey
Did
guys,
you feel
real
it
quick,
again?
did you
It's
happen
shaking
to
right
see,
now. Morgan.
did you feel that earthquake?
Oh yeah, for sure.
What was it?
It's
what did
shaking
that feel
again.
like to you?
Morgan,
we
stop.
actually thought we got rear-ended because we were sitting in our truck for a second.
We're in an aftershock right now.
I guess there's some sort of aftershock right now happening. I don't feel anything.
I
Do
don't
you guys
either.
know? I
No.
mean, there's no aftershock happening right here.
No, I think we got so much adrenaline going through us right now and stuff that I don't think it's showing anything.
Where
know
were
what
you
I mean?
guys headed? What were you doing?
We're just over here getting ready to work over here and stuff. We were just in our truck, just sitting there, and all of a sudden it just woo, like shook us like crazy.
What
and
did you
stuff.
guys see?
A lot of like white
like, in this
clouds and
building.
lightning kind of like and stuff is all we really saw.
Yeah, and then like we've seen people in this building, a bunch of people like
Just take off running and stuff, you know, to
Pulling
get to cover and safety and stuff.
What did you guys do?
We just sat in the truck. It's probably the best spot to be in, honestly.
Were you guys already in your truck?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess there's an aftershock happening right now. I'm not sure how long it lasted, but what did it feel like to you? How long did it last for you guys from your point of view?
It felt like hours, honestly, you know what I mean? But it was probably good 20 seconds or so, 30 seconds, something like that.
Okay,
That's what it felt like.
and you tell us, point out again where you guys were standing.
Just we were right over behind the Planet Fitness in that parking lot on the west side.
And you said there were others around you. How did they respond?
They were like shaking and running. Everyone's out now, out of the building and stuff. They're over in the parking lot now.
But
But
into the parking lot where there's not
Yeah.
as many buildings.
Have you guys ever experienced something like
Nope.
this before?
Nope.
I mean, luckily, there's not too many people downtown right now because everybody's
Right.
being told to stay away because of the coronavirus. Were you
Yeah.
guys headed into work?
Yeah, and we're trying. So we'll do quality fire suppression and stuff like that. And so I'm gonna come over here and see if I can get these guys to get their alarm
Lights
shut
are
off for
shaking
them to help
again.
them out, you know, and stuff, because it's going crazy. So I'm like, that's why we're walking over here right now for that.
Oh my God. Well, okay, we'll let you guys do what you need to.
Okay.
But hey, Ron and Mary, I can tell you though, the alarms are still going off. These guys are going to go and help them out. But it appears like everybody from here, I've gotten reports up in Davis County from my husband who called me, said that the house felt like it was going to crumble on top of him. And some more of my family up in the Ogden area also reporting some shaking up there as well due to this earthquake.
Oh my
Very
gosh.
scary situation, and it was incredible to feel, and seeing as we were so close to these tall buildings, my photographer and I tried to scurry away as quickly as we possibly could.
Well, we're on the bottom floor of a 26-story building, and we were a little bit shaken as well. Oh my, I'm still shaking, like you are, Morgan. And I have a friend who's from California, and she just texted me, and she said, as a Californian, that was huge and long. It was very impressive. She said it felt like it lasted forever. And we did just have an aftershock. Lindsay was just checking on the USGS site to track the aftershock. We did just have one. We can see the lights shaking in here and feel just a little bit of a roll. But we also have Ariel Harrison. She is live in Salt Lake City, up in the Sugar House area. And Ariel, you're seeing some damage?
Mary, Ron, yes, I'm here at Schmidt's Pastry Cottages in Sugar House, just off 2100 South. If you take a look up at their building, you can see there is a crack. I apologize, I'm still a little shaken. A bunch of us were inside the bakery shop at the time that this happened. I'm going to walk on over here. I've been talking to Brett Borg all morning long. He's the co-owner of this bakery shop here. You guys are offering free bread today, so you anticipate there will be crowds coming to your bakery at 10 o'clock this morning. You've been here how long? And you've told me you've never experienced anything like that.
No, I've lived here 37 years, and I've never, all the small ones you get at night, I've kind of slept through. I've never felt, or I've been baking and haven't felt, but this one, definitely.
Describe what's kind of around us, not just your business. Is this an apartment complex?
Yeah, so here's a house that is rented out, and there's a husband and wife that live there. Across the street, you have the Cafe Espresso coffee shop, and just down on 7th East, there's a bunch of businesses and buildings. That's kind of where you went to golf around the corner. Lots of businesses. It looks like across the street there's no power. So far we have it here, which we're lucky to have.
I'm trying to hold the microphone without shaking. That was just so scary. Kind of describe to me those moments that we were inside and kind of what was going through your mind.
Yeah, so I don't know if you've mentioned it, but at first it kind of felt like a car ran into our building, which we've had happen before, and so I kind of figured that's what was going on. But then after a few seconds, I mean, it really started rocking. There was customers, employees, us in there, and I mean, you could see all of us like wobbling, trying to keep our balance, and that was something unexpected. Kind of felt like you're on a rolling sea a little bit, and yeah, emotions, you didn't know what to do. I mean, I think we all kind of went in shock together for a little bit. Yeah.
I for sure did. I know that I was probably the most scared out of everyone, but inside, you guys are giving away free bread today. You have your employees. Everyone okay right now?
So I haven't had a chance to talk to the other bakeries. We have power. Everyone here is okay. I'm not sure extent. I mean, we'll keep this free bread thing going, but I'm going to have to check on my ovens and on my proof box and make sure that everything's functioning, just, to make sure it's going to be possible. But we'll have to evaluate that when I get off with you guys, talk to the other locations and make sure that, everybody's okay, and that things are operational.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time, Brett. We'll let you get back to work as we know you have a busy schedule ahead. Let's just walk on out to 2100 South. This is a fairly busy road. You can see, if you take a look, the lights are flashing down here. I know that other places have been hearing sirens. We haven't heard that, but I also spoke to a biker who says he was in Walgreens when the earthquake hit. He said he was obviously nervous, booked it out of there, and was headed this way. I wanted him to stick around, but he was understandably shaken. But on the ground so far, everyone appears to be okay. There were tenants in this building next to me that popped their heads out the window as soon as it hit. I had just run out of the store, and he asked me if I was okay. Another customer that was leaving also here appeared to be okay as well. So no injuries, thankfully, but definitely a surreal experience. we're going to stay here again, and we'll report back when you guys check back in. But we'll send things back to you in the studio. But happy to report people appear to be okay here, guys.
Okay. Ariel, thanks so much. Yeah, to be right here in the middle of Salt Lake City. But again, this was a 5.7. The first one was a 5.7.
We've had
based
at
in
least
Magna.
2 aftershocks since.
That's right. And it was based in Magna, but we're getting reports felt from as far away as the Cache Valley, Utah County. And we have Lindsay was just checking the USGS map, and you have that called up for us, Lindsay, with the aftershocks?
I do. Yes, we've actually had 3 aftershocks as of right now. Now, this is the initial quake right here, hit at 7:09, 5.7, had a depth of 6 miles. These are the 3 aftershocks. We had 2 at 7:15. One was a 3.5, one was a 3.7. Then just a few minutes later, we had a 3.4 at 7:18. All of these with depths between about 4 and 6 miles below the surface of the Earth. Now, we are going to continue to see these. We likely will continue to see these aftershocks throughout the entire day. When you have a quake this large, almost a 6 magnitude quake, you are likely to have hundreds, if not thousands of aftershocks in the hours and days to come. So we've had 3 so far. They likely will continue on and off throughout the day. So we'll continue to monitor it. We'll continue to give you the latest information as it comes into us from USGS and get that to you here on 2 News.
Okay, now we want to look at Rocky Mountain Power.
Yes, so we have thousands of power outages being reported around the city right now. Taking a live look, this is the Rocky Mountain Power live map, and you can see up north there are a couple dozen, but here in the Salt Lake City area there are 5,500 power outages being reported as we speak. You can see those red dots on your screen, and you can see where they are. Some of them there in Salt Lake, others kind of scattered about. Of course, we can feel safe to assume at this moment the majority of these outages due to the earthquake and the aftershocks that we continue to feel now. We'll, of course, continue to keep you updated on these outages. We know, of course, that all of them, crews have been notified. They will be out trying to get power back to as many areas as they can, as soon as they can, but they will be inundated right now. So just know there are almost 6,000 people right now without power. Ron?
Jay, thank you very much. Just outside the studios here, raced out once we felt that first quake hit because there were a lot of dazed, frightened people that headed out into the streets, particularly from the towers. This is an apartment building, twin towers over there, and Preston was one of those who got out of there as quickly as you could. Which floor are you on?
Yeah, I'm on the 23rd floor.
23rd floor. Describe what it was like.
Oh, it was initially a big thump, like a giant bookshelf tipped over in the room next to me or something. You could feel it under your feet and everywhere around you. And then I felt it again. Then all of a sudden it started waving. And then I was pretty alert then. started moving, and then it just progressively got worse and worse.
So would you hit the stairs or the elevator?
Oh, I couldn't do either at first. I mean, I just braced myself against the wall because it was waving so much. I tried to move, and it was the entire building was moving out from under you. I couldn't even.
Did it do a lot of damage in your apartment there?
I didn't get a chance to see. I know all the lights went out and it was pitch black, and then I heard a bunch of glass cracking and breaking and stuff. So I think it probably took out all my lamps, and then it finally started to settle down, and I grabbed my stuff and made a run for the stairs. I wasn't getting in the elevators. That's for sure.
That's the last thing you want to do is get in an elevator at a time like that. Well, Preston, I'm glad you're okay. I know it's a scary thing, and all of us, are going to have to deal with this. I mean, when it happened here in the studio, we were just rolling back and forth there. So, Preston, thank you very much. Appreciate that. Also outside here, you see people over there at the 222 tower. A lot of people standing just on the sidewalk, a little bit dazed and confused. Other than that, it looks like life is usual down here, other than trains not rolling through. But we have foot traffic, car traffic right here on Main Street. So we'll keep talking with people out here. Back to you in the studio.
And we're actually just having another aftershock right now as we speak. The lights
I was wondering if you could see the lights shaking.
I can't feel it out here.
Okay, yeah.
Guys, this is now the 5th aftershock.
Fifth aftershock,
Fifth
according to
aftershock.
Lindsay. We can see the lights shaking a little bit, and then we can feel the roll. But I've been told that this is the safest building to be in because
perfect.
we are built on rollers, where it's built to absorb the shock of earthquakes, because we know we're along the Wasatch Fault.
Right, exactly.
And expecting it.
And we are getting reports now of some damage that this earthquake has caused. The original earthquake, 5.7 magnitude, now 5 aftershocks. Morgan is out live with some damage. Morgan, where are you?
5th South, 5th West at the Salt Lake Rescue Mission. And guys, check out this damage right below our feet. I mean, there's crumbled brick all over the place. You can see some huge, huge brick that has fallen from the top of the building. If you take a look above us, you'll notice that that's where this brick has fallen from. And there are people just standing all along these streets. There's flashing lights everywhere. I mean, the entire sidewalk is covered in this brick that's just collapsed out here. If you look off to the intersection, we're walking through the mess right now, but you can see that they have some construction crews out here, as well as the police. They're trying to get everybody away. And in fact, look down here. This is a car that was hit by some of the brick that fell off of this building. Again, this is the Salt Lake Mission of Salt Lake. Hey guys, are you guys just trying to get everything? I mean, what are you doing right now?
Yeah, we're just trying to get anything else falling for the.
Okay, getting away from the building. Okay, all right. So we're going to try and get away ourselves. As they said, it's not safe for us to be right here. So let's move out of the way to let them do their work and get everybody out of the way. Here, follow me around the corner. We did notice on our way over here that that the lights are out at this intersection and a couple other intersections. We're actually tripping over all the brick because there's so much of it. So let's give you a couple different angles. So we got the lights out here at this intersection. So keep in mind for traffic heading onto the interstate right now, either are going south on I-15 from 5th South. This is where you'll want to pay close attention. Make sure that you're using this as a four-way stop. As you can tell, all these people are right here. And there's another intersection farther down that's also being impacted. These are at least 2 intersections that we know of right now that do not have any power to them, so treat them as a four-way stop. There's also a fire truck that's headed our way right now. It looks like they're in fact, they're going beyond where we are, so they're not even responding. They're so busy, I'm sure, right now. Again, the construction guys are out here. They're going to try and clean this up as quickly as they can. The sidewalk is obviously blocked by all the brick that has fallen from this building. And then all the people that were inside this Salt Lake Rescue Mission are standing on the street just down the road. So there's still a lot going on right here. It didn't look like any major damage to the cars that are sitting on the street right now, but the police and the construction workers are trying to kind of figure out what's going on here and clean up this as quickly as possible. We didn't really feel that any of the aftermath from where we're standing right here in downtown Salt Lake City. But we certainly felt the first earthquake. And as you can tell just above us, I want to point out the heavy clouds, some thick, dark clouds closer to the mountains. And we saw lots of lightning when the earthquake was happening. So very scary situation. It shook so many people. In fact, we have a couple of guys out here. We'll see if anyone is willing to talk to us. Guys, did you happen to feel the initial
There's another one right now.
Yeah.
Aftershock right now.
It was crazy, man.
I mean, where were you standing?
We were working down at Maker's Line in the shop, and everything just started shaking.
And why are you guys here right now?
We're here to clean up this mess right here after everything gets cleared.
Did you notice any damage from where you were?
No, I didn't.
All right, and then we've got a couple of different power outages. Anything else that you felt or you saw? I mean, the people around, was there anyone?
Nah, I didn't. We were just mostly at the shop, and everybody just ran out real quick.
Were you inside or outside of your building?
We were inside.
All right. Thank you so much. You guys, we're going to stay right here and try to get some more information from other people around here, but obviously some significant damage and a lot to clean up out here. Ron and Mary, back to you.
Okay, and that is at 5th South and 5th West at the Salt Lake Mission. Ron, you were saying there were already barricades around?
Yeah, I think they have already started demolition of that building, but it was amazing how far it kind of threw some of those bricks out on the sidewalk, even almost into the street.
That's why you're not supposed to be near brick buildings when an earthquake hits.
Exactly.
And luckily,
it was even a little unnerving being outside here, not
Right.
knowing if glass would be impacted on this 26-story building. And
I've
we
had-
just had a little
Another aftershock,
tremor, yeah.
another aftershock, and Lindsay has been keeping track of those aftershocks. That was number 9, Lindsay?
Well, there's been so many. We're probably up to 10 or 11 at this point. USGS is a little bit slow. They're a little bit delayed in reporting them. So we've got one at 7:23, 7:14, 7:27, 7:29, 7:15. These are the latest ones that USGS has reported. 3.8, 2.8, 2.5, 3.3. The list goes on there. We also had one, I marked the clock at 7:32, another one at 7:37. The one at 7:32, I'll be interested to see what the magnitude is on it when it comes in from USGS, because it felt like the strongest aftershock to me. And as I mentioned just a few minutes ago, we are likely to continue to see these aftershocks every few minutes or so as we go throughout the day today, possibly even throughout the next few days, because that initial quake at 5.7 was a large earthquake. And when you get an earthquake that large, you tend to get these aftershocks that can last for days. So we will continue to update you as we continue to get information from USGS. When I get the information on how large that aftershock was at 7:32, I'll of course come on and let you know. Ron and Mary.
Okay, Sterling's calling right now because you felt it up in Kaysville. Is that what you're saying, Sterling? In Centerville. Yeah, you felt it pretty good?
He lives in Centerville.
Okay. Okay, Sterling's going to call and we'll talk to him in a minute.
Yeah, we'll try to get him on our news line.
Okay.
And it's amazing how many aftershocks there are.